Hello everybody and welcome to another video. There's birds crowing outside and my stuff is still messy. Um, yeah, I try to record this video 4 times now, and I never believe any YouTubers when they say they try to record something more than twice, because I never think that it's going to be possible. But I tried to record this 3 times, and I was playing RuneScape, and I didn't explain it to the extent that I wanted. Then I recorded again and realized that the mic wasn't even on. So now I'm recording this again, and I'm kind of upset about it. This is about NF's therapy session. It's a song called Therapy Session by NF, obviously. I just said that. And I really like NF. I listen to his music. More recently, I've been getting into his music a lot more because I love the way how he conveys how he feels, and I want to apply that to my own writing and my own songs. So he sings about his depression and the situations that he gets in, and how he feels about them and things like that. But this is particularly about his song called Therapy Session, which is about how after his shows, people will come up to him, particularly kids or younger adults, that will come up to him and explain to him how helpful they were, or he was, to them, and how they can really relate to what NF is saying. And the song goes on to be a letter to parents and anyone who hasn't been depressed or hasn't felt that way. And he says, how can you expect my songs to be happy? Do you expect me to put on a mask before I go out on stage and sing happy songs? Because that's not who I am, and that's not what I'm about. He says that this is about how people really feel in the inner workings of his mind. In that is good and bad. I am not entirely positive that it's the goods outweighing the bad, I guess is the way to put it. Because I know when I was depressed still, I've been depressed, or I was depressed for 3 years rather, and you all know this by now. If you don't, then you haven't watched the videos. This is like number 20, you have to go back to number 1, but anyway, and I know if I were listening to that when I was depressed, that would not have helped me at all, for a couple of reasons. One, depression is very subtle, in a sense that you can do things to make yourself feel worse that are subconscious, such as when I was depressed, I would go out and find girls, tell them all my problems, and then just stop talking to them, whether they be in a relationship, just break up with them, or just stop talking to them in general, because, and I didn't know this at the time, but looking back on it, I could see that the reason why I was doing that was because I didn't, in my head, have a reason to feel depressed. I didn't have a reason for feeling what I felt. In doing that, I made a reason and was able to justify the way I felt. And I know that wasn't a good thing to do. Looking back on it, I was a terrible person. Or, but I didn't know what I was doing at the time. Now I do. And the point being, you can't, there's things that you don't even know that are causing you to feel bad and down. And you're very fragile when you're depressed. A lot affects you very quickly. Within 2 minutes, you can have the best day of the month turn into the worst day of the month. With that being said, the music that you listen to can influence you very much so. And yes, he's talking about depression and how it, and the situation that he's in. But listening to that, and you can associate yourself with that music, right? You're depressed. You can you can sympathize with NF and what he's saying, and see yourself in his shoes and his situations. And you can apply what he has to say onto you. And even if you wouldn't say it to somebody else as a reason for why you're feeling down, is because it sounds either dumb or you don't even know, is because it's somebody else's problems being put on you. That being said, it also builds a community. All the people that listen to that type of music, all the people that listen to NF, will all hang out together and be friends. And that's good. That's good, because you need friends. But what's not good is that it's centered around depression and that feeling in general. Because you are who you hang around. Right? If you hang around people that are on time all the time, to a schedule, etc., you will start being that way, and you will be influenced by them just because you're around them. And that same thing with, it's an overused example, drugs. You hang around people that do drugs, you have a higher chance of doing drugs. Simple as that. It doesn't guarantee it. It's a higher chance. And that's the same thing that applies to that community. And when I was depressed, my goal was to be happy and be healthy again and not feel the way that I was feeling. And that's a lot harder to do when you're stuck in a rut. with all your friends there as well, because you feel like almost that's the thing that's keeping you together. And then that would add to the subconscious reasons for why you want to feel that way, or feel you have to feel that way. If I were to suggest any sort of alternative, I would say what I did in my video for depression, which, if you haven't seen it, it's on the channel. Basically, I went from and talked about my depression and who I was, moved on to how I helped myself and what helped me get out of depression, and then how that applies to other people and how I can help them through what helped me. And the second two are what needs to be done, because all NF is saying is his own problems and the things that he's dealing with currently. And I'm not saying that doesn't help people. That can for sure help people. But the unseen side effect of that is as stated previously. I don't want this to come off mean or wrong in any way. I'm just saying that this is something that I see as an issue. So thank you for watching. Leave a comment, please. I honestly do not care whether or not you like or dislike the video, but leave a comment, because that means far more to me than you hitting a thumbs up, because you actually spent time, regardless of whether or not you liked the video. You spent time and cared enough to acknowledge that I'm a person. I thank you for that. But I will talk to you guys later. See you around. Thank you. Bye-bye.